The year was 2013 when Naughty Dog released The Last of Us, and they changed our lives forever. They changed the face of gaming forever. Because that summer, we had a game that nothing compared to, and a year later it was remastered on the PlayStation 4. And now, in 2020, we finally get our sequel. And in that sequel, Ellie is given a guitar by Joel. And now, I have the replica of that guitar. This is made by Taylor. Designed and developed in a close partnership between Naughty Dog and Taylor. This is a special edition Taylor 314 CE. It's got a distinctive, rich tobacco sunburst top and a custom moth fretboard inlay on the 3rd fret in grained ivory. Built with solid Sapel back and sides and a Sitka spruce top, this model produces a balanced voice across the tonal spectrum with a rich mid-range and clear treble notes. The contours of the Taylor's grand auditorium body shape offer a comfortable playing experience and a versatile sound, while a slender, easy playing neck accommodates players of all styles and skill levels. Taylor's innovative V-Class interior bracing system punches up the tonal response with louder volume, longer sustain, and a perfectly in-tune sound all the way along the neck. Other details include a double ring rosette, gloss finish body, grained ivory binding, genuine West African ebony fretboard, nickel tuners, and a faux tortoiseshell pickguard. This model also features a Venetian cutaway, which you can see there just past the 12th fret, allows you to reach all the way up into the higher registers with ease. It also includes the Taylor Expression System 2 electronics and ships in a deluxe brown hardshell case. There's a 20-inch body length and a 25.5-inch scale length. Now in this video, I'm just playing simple chord progression here, nothing fancy, and I am running this through a Fender acoustic amp, just your standard little 12-inch practice amp that's acoustic for acoustic guitars. And so it is powered by a 9-volt battery. You can see the controls there, right where the headstock, or where the neck meets the body of the guitar. You can see our 3 knobs there. Now let's talk about a few things while we're here. Let's talk about this grand auditorium body. It's one of the most popular and versatile shapes that Taylor makes. The mid-size grand auditorium and the dreadnought and the grand concert. So those are your 3 different sizes. Now the dreadnought's usually bigger, considered a good guitar for flat picking. Grand concert, more for fingerstyle guitars, and the grand auditorium is kind of in the middle, a happy medium. So it can handle the medium strength picking, the strumming, finger picking, all that stuff. Picks up the mid-range, produces clear, well-defined notes that suit strumming, fingerstyle playing, so no matter what you're doing, you're getting a beautiful sound out of this guitar. And I'm already really impressed, even after just spending time playing it standard acoustically and just through the amp, not adding any effects or pedals or getting real meticulous about settings just yet. We're just doing bare bones today with playing. Nothing fancy either. I don't want to put any tricks here. But yeah, the presence tracks well. Other instruments in studio mix and on stage. Singer-songwriters have embraced the utility for composing and traveling with one guitar. Many people want a single guitar that can cover a variety of styles, and that's what the grand auditorium tends to be. So now, we mentioned V-Class bracing. You probably aren't entirely sure what that might mean. But in the body of the guitar, there's an actual V-shaped bracing, skeletal structure. So, traditional X bracing is what you see in a lot of other acoustic guitars, and has stood the test of time for over 100 years. Now, there's a trade-off there between two key elements of an acoustic guitar's sound, volume and sustain. The guitar's top, the soundboard, contributes to both. Volume comes from the flexibility of the top, while sustain comes from the stiffness. The trade-off is that when you make something stiffer, you reduce its flexibility, and vice versa. With an X-brace top, increasing one comes at the expense of the other. Now the V-class bracing changes this. Now an acoustic guitar top can be both stiff and flexible in ways that produce more volume and sustain. And as that turns out, this innovative bracing design also improves the intonation of the guitar. So, of course, on Taylor's website, you can see how they broke tradition, reinvented the acoustic guitar. Believe me, Taylor is lauded for their acoustic guitars, and just this bracing just changed the world, really. And I get it now. Now that I've spent time with a guitar like this, that's just mind-blowingly beautiful and amazing. I get it now, and I'm probably a Taylor fan for life, and this is my first Taylor. So as I said, more volume. The V-class guitar bracing controls the top's flexibility, creating a more orderly rocking motion across both sides of the top. The controlled flexing movement produces greater volume. Longer sustain. The bracing maintains stiffness along the middle of the guitar in the direction of the strings. That rigidity keeps the strings in motion, producing notes that resonate longer before fading out. So as soon as you strum your first chord, I mean, it just keeps going, and it feels loud, and it feels powerful. And so whether I'm picking single notes and trying to be emotional, or if I'm just strumming chords and trying to be loud and powerful like I am right now, you know, hitting those big open E chords, that's just what this guitar does at its best. And as soon as I got it, it was perfectly in tune, but I still insisted on tuning it up myself and making sure all that was good to go. The V-class bracing also contributes with the intonation, which means that this thing is going to stay in tune while you're strumming, while you're picking, while you're running up and down scales. It keeps the top in tune with the vibrating strings. This eliminates the interference that causes some notes to waver and sound slightly out of tune. As a result, notes and chords played anywhere on the neck. And believe me, I tested this with jazz chords. I'm not going to show you that today on the video, but I will make some separate videos where I'll sing and play and stuff like that. We have a lot to do with this guitar in the future. It's going to be a very special part of my collection. So notes and chords anywhere in the neck, more consistent and in tune with each other, right? And the expression system. So this is the electronics. This is a revolutionary pickup design that delivers the latest in Taylor's ongoing innovation in acoustic guitar amplification. The heart of it is Taylor's patented behind the saddle pickup. So the saddle will be this little white thing right here, right? Got our bridge, we got our saddle. Features 3 uniquely positioned and individually calibrated pickup sensors. The location of the sensors enables a more dynamic range of acoustic sound to be captured than ever before. Together with Taylor's custom-designed professional audio-grade preamp, this system produces exceptional amplified tone and responsiveness. On stage through a PA, plugged into your favorite acoustic amp, or direct into recording software. This faithfully conveys the voice of your Taylor guitar. So, you can read more about the expression system too, but that's just me giving a nice little summary. But if you've played The Last of Us Part 2, you know that this was an emotional journey that we went on this year. And this guitar culminates all of it. It means so much throughout the story between the two characters of Joel and Ellie. It represents their connection together. And it's something that Ellie can have for life. And now it's something that I'll have. And I'll continue to play. So just looking back one more time, I'll just bring us back over here. But I want to talk just a touch more about this. Didn't mean to go this long, but I think it's important. Got this guitar from the Sony PlayStation Gear store. This is the Taylor 314 CE Last of Us Part 2 replica. And I had such a great time playing both of these games, and the second one just took us for an emotional ride that we weren't expecting, and we just had a wonderful time with it. And this is just something that can commemorate that, and it'll be something that I'll play on for a long time and plug it into our interface that we have here. I've got acoustic amps, I've got all sorts of mixers, and I can't wait. I didn't do it today because I wanted to hear it just unfiltered, but the Strymon Flint pedal with the reverb, oh man, is that gonna be fun to start messing with stuff like that. To start messing with things like reverb and delay. You got tremolo built into that pedal as well. It's gonna be so much fun. And there's so many songs that I can't wait to hear on this guitar and start strumming on it. I did play a little bit of Blue Bossa. I've kind of done this little progression that I have here. I played Blue Bossa, which is a bossa nova jazz tune. I dabbled a little bit with Autumn Leaves, which is not something I usually perform on guitar. It's kind of weird. I'll play it on piano at times, and I've played it in jazz groups, in the past, but I've never made it a part of my actual routine when I go out and play. So it's definitely a song I want to hear on this guitar, because I feel like that kind of mood just suits this guitar so well. And of course, there's tunes that are in the game that I'll want to hear on this guitar, and I'll want to try to learn and play. And I can't wait to play some of the praise and worship tunes that I do at church. I played a couple blues riffs on there. I played some LaGrange, ZZ Top, stuff like that, just to kind of tinker around with what I'm used to. I played Give Me One Reason by Tracy Chapman, another good blues tune, just to kind of get a feel for how this guitar sounds. And I noodled around on some scales and just played some emotional stuff, some thirds and whatnot, and it was beautiful. So I've only spent so many hours playing this guitar today, and I'm blown away, and I hope you are too. This is a big surprise that I've had in the works for a long time, and I'm so glad to finally be able to deliver it to you guys. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do check out my Last of Us and Last of Us 2 content. I have playlists up on YouTube, full playthroughs of this game, and of course we'll be playing them again and again in the future. And also stay tuned, because I'll be making a lot of music videos with this guitar, putting it through its paces, figuring out what sounds right, and fine-tuning the tone. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.